So guys, welcome back. My name is Masoud. I'm your instructor, and this is our second class about cyber. Okay. Yeah, it is going to be a complete boot camp. If you didn't watch our first video, go and check out our cyber security complete free playlist. You will get your first video. So let's start from cyber security. This will be a theory class. Let me clear one thing because it is the second class. I'm just clearing your theory. Once we're done with this, after that we will dive into Linux stuff. We will learn professional things. Okay. Yeah. These contain just information and definition, which is compulsory and necessary for you. So you will come to know about cyber security, offensive security, defensive security, what are the fields inside them, the rest of the domains like digital forensic, incident response, malware analysis, penetration testing, bug bounty hunting, reverse engineering, malware development, and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, let's learn about cybersecurity. So basically, protecting the digital system and data from unauthorized and malicious attacks called cybersecurity. Okay. Now, unauthorized access means someone getting into a place or information they are not supposed to be in. It is like sneaking into a friend room without asking first. You are not allowed to be there. Okay. While malicious attacks are someone does something harmful on purpose. It is like if someone tries to mess up with your computer or with your phone on purpose. Okay, like deleting information, like deleting important stuff or stealing your personal information. So both of these things involve people doing things they shouldn't. Okay, they shouldn't do. They should not do. Either by going where they are not allowed or trying to harm something or someone intentionally. So yeah, we have when you will see the cybersecurity, it is split into two parts, two main domains. There are two core domains of cybersecurity. The first one is offensive security, and the second one is defensive security. So let's learn about offensive security. Offensive security means, in short, offensive security is the process of breaking into computer system, exploiting software bugs, and finding loopholes like vulnerabilities in applications to gain unauthorized access to them. Offensive security is like a team of digital superheroes who use their hacking skills for good. They are expert in finding weaknesses and vulnerabilities in computer systems, networks, and softwares. Instead of using their knowledge to cause harm, they use it to help people and companies to stay safe from cyber threats. Like if you are working as a pen tester in a company, your job is to find loopholes in their systems and create a full report, a pen test report about it, and forwarded the report to the company administrative system, are the one who are responsible for it to fix issues inside the company. So yeah, your job will be something like this. They perform ethical hacking and penetration testing to expose security flaws before the bad guys can exploit them. Here, bad guys means black and white are definitely criminals. Offensive security professionals are like cyber defenders, always working to protect against cyber attacks and keep our digital world secure. Their mission is to make the internet a safer place by using their hacking power for positive purposes. This was something called offensive security. Now let's talk about defensive security. In defensive cyber role, you would be investigating infected computers or devices to understand how it was hacked, tracking down cyber criminals, or monitoring infrastructure for a malicious activity. Okay. And we have two type of stuff inside it, like you can do it using setting intrusion detector systems and intrusion prevention systems. So yeah, you can set these things inside the network in a system. It will detect stuff. It works like it works like the antivirus. You can say somehow. Yeah. So we have SOC analysts do into it, like security operations centers, SOC. A security operations center is a team of cybersecurity professionals that monitors the network it and its system to detect malicious cybersecurity events. Some of the main areas of interest of security operations centers are vulnerabilities. Whenever a system vulnerability weakness is discovered, it is essential to fix by installing a proper update or patch. When a fix is not available, the necessary measures should be taken to prevent an attack from exploiting it. Although, fixing the vulnerabilities is one of the vital interests of a SOC, it is not necessarily assigned to them. Oh yeah. Then we have policy violations. We can think of a security policy as a set of rules required for the protection of the network, okay, and system. For example, it might be a policy violation if user start uploading confidential company data to an online storage device. And after that, we have unauthorized activities. Consider the case where user is logging, where user is login name and password are stolen. For example, there is a user in a company whose password and username is stolen. Okay, and the attacker used them to log into the network. A security operations center or SOC analysts need to detect such an event and block it as soon as possible before further damage is done. Then we have network intrusions. Again, network intrusions. No matter how good your security is, there is always a chance of an intrusions. Like intrusions can be happen. So, an intrusion can occur when a user clicks on a malicious link or when an attacker exploits a public server. Either way, when an intrusion occurs, we must detect it as soon as possible to prevent further damages on. Okay, intrusions. Now, what does intrusion mean? Some intrusions when someone tries to gain access any part of your computer system. Okay, any part of your computer system. And inside defensive security, we have some other domains too. We call them like as a whole, we call it digital forensic and incident response. Okay, it contains digital forensics, incident response, and malware analysis. Let's let's learn about digital forensic. Now, imagine you can imagine being a detective of a computers and gadgets. It is something like a detective of computers and gadgets. Yeah. So it is all about finding and studying digital clues to solve crimes and catch cyber criminals who use technology for their own benefits. We collect information from devices like computers, smartphones, and memory cards. The goal is to carefully analyze the digital evidence to figure out what happened and who is responsible for this crime. Okay, so we look into the file system logs, network logs, the system memory in order to find out the clues and catch the cyber criminal. Let's learn about them. Analyzing like file in file system, usually a digital forensic is usually analyzing a digital forensic image like a low-level copy of a system. Storage reveals much information such as install program, creating files, particularly our written files and deleted files. They look into this stuff in order to find out the clues. Moreover, we have system logs. Each client and server computer maintain different log file about what is happening. Log files provide plenty of information about what happened on a system. Yeah, some tracks will be left even if the attacker tried to clear their tracks. And after that, we have a network logs too, like logs of the network packets that have traverse, you can call it, that have traveled into a network, would help answer more questions about what an attacker is occurring and what it entails. So I think we need to look into more details. There is a lot of other stuff too. Let's continue it. Yeah. Basically, in network logs, a digital forensic looks into all the network logs and try to figure out like, is there any kind of clue into in network logs in order to catch the cyber criminal. And after that, we have a system memory to an attacker. If the attacker is running their malicious program in the memory without saving into the disk, taking a forensic image of the system memory is the best way to analyze its contents and learn about the attacks. Then we have a incident response of, like, there are different roles in it. The incident response is someone like, think of it as a fire alarm for a computer and networks. When something bad happens, like a cyber attack or a security breach, incident response comes into action. Its job is to quickly detect, analyze, and stop the problem, just like firefighters rush to put out fires. So this is something like that. And we have after that malware analysis, the one who basically like picture yourselves as the detective of computers, viruses, and bad softwares. When we suspect that a computer might have a harmful program, malware analysis come into place. It involves carefully examining the suspicious software to understand how it works, what it does, and how to stop it. Basically, malware stands for malicious software. Software refers to a program, document, and a file that you can save on the disk or send it over the network. Malware include many types, such as viruses, trojans, ransomwares. Basically, virus is a piece of code, a part of program that attaches itself to a program. It is designed to spread from one computer to another computer. And Trojan horse is a program that shows one desirable function but hides a malicious function underneath. For example, a victim might have downloaded a video player from a shady website, from a pirated website, that gives the attacker complete control over their system. So it is something like injecting a malicious code, a malicious payload into into a real software or a real application. When the victim will execute that software or application, you will also get a reverse connection of their device. We have ransomware too. Ransomware is a malicious program that encrypts the user file. Encryption makes the file undetectable, unreadable without knowing the encryption password. The attacker offers the user the encryption password if the user is willing to pay a ransom. Yeah, that's why it is called ransomware. When your system will infected with the ransomware, all your files will become encrypted. And to decrypt those files, you will require a encryption key, a decryption key. Then the attacker will mail you, or something will pop up on your screen by saying this: if you want to decrypt your password, decrypt all your data, we're gonna provide you a decryption encryption password. You can pay us, but the first thing is you will need to pay a ransom. Then we're gonna offer the stuff to decrypt your data. So malware analysis aim to learn about such malicious program using various means. Like we have two kind of malware analysis: a static malware analysis and dynamic malware analysis. Now, in a static analysis work by inspecting the malicious program without running it. Again, this is something like you don't need required to run the malicious software. Usually, it requires solid knowledge of assembly language. Yeah. While in dynamic analysis work by running the malware in a controlled environment, you will require to run the samples or a malware into a controlled environment like virtual machines. And then you will need to monitor its activities and observe how malware behaves when it's running. Okay. And we have some other fields into it, like these fields are basically, some of them are most of them from offensive security. Yeah, it is penetration testing, reverse engineering, breaking into the code. We have a bug bounty hunting, web security. Bug bounty hunting is almost same thing. Okay. And we have malware development, and I have already talked about SOC and incident response. So let me remove these two things. We will briefly explore this stuff in our future lectures. That was just theory, class about cybersecurity. You should know about cybersecurity. It is domain. Cybersecurity is split into two parts. After that, we're gonna start with the Linux. I will teach you Linux from basic, a good level, so you will be able to, explore more and more about Linux and learn a lot about Linux. So I think this is enough for this class. I will see you in the next lecture. So take care. Bye. Have a good day.